We're mixing up some delicious summer cocktails with KRISTEN MIKLINEVICH from Mission Cantina in Amherst. KRISTEN, these are refreshing, delicious, and perfect for a summertime cookout. What's the first drink we're making?
We're going to do the red sangria first.
Okay.
So can you hand me the red wine?
I can do anything that will help out here.
All right, fill it to about there.
Okay. So you want to just use ooh, I like red wine. So any kind of red wine, or is there a specific kind that works better?
I like Cab. It's kind of dry, so I use that. You can use Pinot. You could use Merlot if you wanted to. If you wanted to do less expensive wine, you could buy something cheap that you find at the store. Whatever, doesn't really matter.
Right. So you can use anything for this. Okay. So red wine, maybe not that as much as I put in. But
brandy next.
Brandy.
So like half an ounce. So just quick. Ready? 1, 2, done. You're good.
Okay.
And then we'll do the fresh juice. So this is orange. I'll put probably about an ounce.
So you can just take fresh oranges and squeeze it, or you can just use orange juice.
Yep.
Okay.
This is fresh lime. Definitely use fresh lime. Don't use the bottled lime. It's too sugary and it's really sweet.
And it's not the same flavor.
This
it's not
is
the fresh flavor.
Fresh grapefruit, and one grapefruit will get you this much juice, so it's not over the top.
Okay.
My last ingredient is simple syrup. If you like it less sweet, use less simple syrup. I like it kind of sweet, so I'll put that in. You could also use agave. You could use straight sugar, however you want to do it.
To add some sweetness. So it's really just red wine, a whole bunch of fruit juice, and some sugar to sweeten it up. Now I noticed too in red sangria, a lot of times it's served with fruit floating in it. You recommend that?
Well, if you're going to make a huge batch of red sangria,
let's assume we are.
Okay.
Let's assume we're having all our friends over and family over. We're going to make a huge batch. When do you recommend making it, and how would you serve it?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't make it over ice like I just did. I'd put it in like a big jug. I'd put the red wine, the brandy, fresh juice, the simple syrup. I'd mix it up, let it sit in the fridge for a night. The flavors will get nice overnight. And then when you serve it, pour it over ice, like in a pint glass.
Okay, so then everyone just gets their glass, pour it right over, add some fresh fruit. So then it's easier when you're hosting a party.
Yeah. And then, I mean, the fresh fruit floating in it is just a way that they infuse it. So you could put fresh fruit in it if you wanted to.
Overnight.
If not, yeah.
And then it will probably, you'll finish that, and then you'll go on to your watermelon margarita, right? Which you can also put in a jug.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you
so
like
how do we
salt?
make this? Yeah, I love salt.
So we'll salt the rim of the glass.
And you just put a little bit of water around the rim.
This is lime juice. It helps it stick a little bit more than water would. Oh. So you start with silver tequila. If you like reposado, you could use reposado. It's about 1.5 ounces.
Okay. So
and then triple sec. It's about 1/2 ounce.
And if you were doing this in a big, in like a pitcher, you would just kind of multiply.
So say you wanted to make the serving for 20 people, multiply it by 20 and do that.
Right.
This is the watermelon puree, which is literally a watermelon. You put it in a blender with a little bit of fresh citrus, and one watermelon makes a ton of the puree. So it will take you really far.
So yeah, just fresh water. And I mean, do you have to put it in a food processor? I mean, you could actually.
No, you can just use a blender.
Yeah.
Which is it's really easy. It's really watery, so it blends up really nice. That was just house mix that I added on top. Which is lime, lemon, orange, and a little bit of agave.
So some fruit juice, okay.
And then that is it.
All right, so you can have pictures of watermelon margarita and red sangria at your party. There they are. Serve them up. Cheers to you, KRISTEN.
You too.
And here's to summer cookouts and 4th of July. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.